So the topic what we are going to discuss now is latching and unlatching. So I will start with an example now. So just assume you have a conveyor and you have a motor in the conveyor. Now I am having an object in the conveyor. So whenever the motor is activated, automatically this object should start moving. So now in order to make this process automatic, I'm going to use a sensor here. So the function of sensor, so we can assume it as this is sensor 1. So if the sensor is activated, that is whenever I place any object in this conveyor and if it is directly in contact with the sensor, automatically sensor will be activated. Now if sensor is activated, what will happen is this motor will start. So after the motor is activated, the object will start moving. And whenever the object reaches this position, the conveyor motor should be off. So I'm using another sensor here, and this is sensor 2. So whenever this sensor 2 is sensing in any object, automatically the conveyor motor should get deactivated. So this is how the process should be happening. So for this, I'm going to do the program using ladder diagram. So first, we have to decide the total number of inputs and outputs. So here, according to this process, we have 2 inputs and 1 output. So sensor 1 and sensor 2 are the inputs and motor is the output. So what I'm going to do here is, first I'm going to use sensor 1 as normally open. So if the sensor 1 is getting activated, the motor should be activated. So I'm connecting the motor here. So if sensor 1 is on, motor will be activated. Now, if the motor is activated, what will happen is this object will start moving. And when the object starts moving, what will happen is this sensor will be getting deactivated because object has crossed that position. If object has crossed this position, sensor will not sense any object. So what will happen is the motor will be off. So if the motor is off, object can't move here. So object also will be stopped at this position itself. So in order to make the motor on continuously, what I have to do is I have to take the feedback of this motor. That is, sensor is not giving a continuous input to the motor. So only motor is deactivated. So in order to give a continuous input to the motor, what I am going to do is I am going to take the feedback of this motor like this. So if I take the feedback of this motor here, so for this also I'm going to give the same motor address. So initially I'm not going to activate this motor, I'm going to activate the sensor only. So this is the feedback of the output. Now what will happen is if the sensor is on, motor will be activated. If motor is on, the same address only I have given here also. So since I have given the same address here, what will happen is if motor is activated, this feedback also will be getting activated. So even if the sensor is off also, through this feedback, continuously the motor will be running only. So this concept of taking the feedback is called as latching. So this is called as latching. Now what will happen, even if the sensor is off also, motor will be continuously on. Now in order to make the motor off, what we have is we have this sensor, sensor 2. So whenever sensor 2 is sensing the object, motor should be off now. So I'm going to use that sensor 2 here. So whenever sensor 2 is on, automatically the motor will be getting deactivated. And this concept of deactivating the output here is called as unlatching. So wherever you have latching, you have to use that unlatching also, because if you latch the output will not be off. So you have to add another input to unlatch it, and that is only this sensor 2 here. So this is the concept of latching and unlatching. So I will say another example for this also. Just consider you have a push button. So the function of push button is like, if you press the push button, the output will be on. But if you take your hand back from the push button, what will happen is the output will be off, because push button will be immediately off. It will be like a spring type arrangement. When you press the push button, the output gets activated because the circuit will be closed. If you take your hand back from the push button, what will happen is again the circuit will get opened. If the circuit gets opened, again the output will be off. So what we have to do is, wherever you have push button, there and all, you have to use latching again. So if you have push button, you have to do the program like this. Push button, you have to connect it to the output. For example, lamp is my output here. So you have to take the feedback of lamp here. So take the feedback of lamp. So what will happen is, if push button is on, lamp will be on. Even if the push button is off also, that is, when you release your hand from the push button, automatically the lamp will get deactivated. Sorry, the lamp, if you don't do latching, the lamp will get deactivated. So for that, I am taking the feedback here. So if you use this feedback, what will happen is, when you press the push button, output will be activated, that is, lamp will be activated. Even if you take your hand back from the push button also, due to that feedback, what will happen is the lamp will be continuously on. So if you want to turn off the lamp whenever it is necessary, you will use another input here called stop push button. So the stop push button will act as unlatching input. So now, according to this concept, push button and lamp, if both are off, that is, initially if push button is off, output also will be off. Now if push button is activated, what will happen is the lamp also will get activated. Now if push button is off, what will happen is lamp will be continuously on due to this latching. Now if you want to turn off the lamp, what you have to do is you have to use stop push button. So if stop push button is on, lamp will be deactivated, lamp will be off. So latching and unlatching is necessary where you need a continuous input to the output. Even if the input is off also, continuously you have to turn on the output, means you have to use latching. And if you want to stop the latched output, you will be using unlatching. So this is the concept of latching and unlatching. So next we will discuss about interlocking concept. So using latching and unlatching, how to perform interlocking concept. For example, just assume you have a push button. You have one input and two outputs here. So initially, if push button is off, both the outputs are off only. So when you press the push button, the first output is on, second output is still off only. Now if you release the push button, first output is still on, second output is activated now. So what is happening here is, when you press the push button, the first output is on. When you release the push button, the first output should be still on and the second output is activated only at this condition. It is not activated in the initial condition, it is activated in the third state only. So here we have to use interlocking concept with latching and unlatching. So we will see how to do that concept. So initially, so this is the first condition. So if this is the first condition, everything is off initially. So no need of taking this condition because everything is off. If any one input or output is on at that condition, we have to take that condition also. So now this is the first condition. So in this condition, if push button is on, L1 is on. L2 is still off only. So no need of taking L2. You can take only push button and L1. So input is on, output is also on. So I am using normally open push button and I'm going to connect this to L1. So what will happen is when I press the push button, L1 will be on. Now in the second condition, I'm not including L2 here because L2 is off only. In the second condition, what is happening is if I release the push button, L1 should be continuously on. So in order to make this output continuously on, I have to latch it like this. So what will happen is when you press the push button, L1 will be on. When you release the push button also, L1 will be continuously on only because of this latching. Now in the second condition, what is happening is if push button is off, L2 is on, but L2 should be on using this interlock only. Why? Because if I directly connect this NC of push button, I'm repeating this push button as NC, and if I directly connect it to L2, what will happen is initially due to this NC directly L2 will be activated at this condition itself. But I should activate that L2 at the third condition only, that is after satisfying L1 only, L2 should get activated. So what I have to do here is I have to use L1 as interlocking and after that you have to connect L2. Now what will happen is initially L2 will not get activated because of this interlock. Now what will happen is when you press the push button, L1 will be activated. If you press this, what is happening? Same input is only repeated here. So when you press this, it will be closed, but this will get opened. So even if L1 is on also, L2 will not get activated at this condition also. Now if you release the push button, what will happen is L1 will be on continuously due to this latching, and since this is NC, what will happen? Now supply will be flowing through this and L1 will also be on due to this latching, and now L2 will get activated. So this is the concept of interlocking here. Now since this is push button, I'm latching the last L2 also. So even if you don't latch this also, there is no issues in this because L2 is the last condition. After L2, there is no other condition here. If there is any condition occurring here, we have to latch that also. So now what we have to do is, if you want to stop everything, I have to use stop push button. So if I use stop push button here, what will happen is L1 will be off. If L1 is off, what will happen is L1 only I have taken as interlocking here. So if L1 is off, automatically L2 also will be deactivated. So this is how you will be performing that interlocking concept using latching and unlatching. So I'll explain the same thing with another example, with many more outputs. Now just assume you have one input and totally 5 outputs. So initially, if input is off, just assume first output is on, all the other outputs are off. Now if I press the push button, first output is still on, second output is also on, all the other things are off. When you release the push button, first output is on, second is also on, third is also on, and the other two things are off. Again, if you press the push button, till the fourth condition everything is on, and here it is off. Now if you release it at the last, all the outputs are on continuously. So for this, how to do the program? First, as usual, we have to take the first condition here. So in the first condition, one output is on here, so we should not neglect it. So we have to take this as the initial condition. So if input is off, L1 is on, all the other things are off only, so no need of taking the other four. You have to take only L1 here. Now we have to take push buttons NC, because if push button is off only, L1 is on. So NC of push button, we have to connect it to L1. So next what you have to do is, if you press also, L1 is continuously on, but if you leave like this, if you press push button, it will get open, so L1 will be off. So what we have to do is, we have to take L1 as feedback here, that is latching. Next, this is the second condition. So if push button is on, we have to take L1 as interlocking. After that, L2 should get activated. So I'm using NO of push button. After that, we have to take L1. Then we have to connect L2 here. Now here, what we have to do is, we have to take L2 as feedback, because if push button is off, again L2 should be continuously on here, so we are latching L2 also here. Next, the third condition, if push button is off, L3 should get activated. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use NC of push button. I'm going to use L2 as interlocking here. After that, I'm going to connect L3. So initially L3 will not be activated. After L2 is activated only, L3 will get activated here. So now I'm using L3 as latch. Next, this is the fourth condition. If push button is on, L4 should be activated. So NMO condition of push button, you have to connect it to L3 first. After that, use L4. Next, you have to latch L4 here, because L4 is continuously on in the next condition also. Now the last condition is, if push button is off, L5 should be activated. So NC condition of push button, I'm going to take it to L4, then I'm going to connect it to L5. So since this is the last condition, and after this we don't have any condition, no need of latching it. Even if you latch also, there is no problem in it. So here I'm using L5. Now if you want to stop everything, here you have to use stop push button. So if stop push button is on, what will happen is, L1 will be off. If L1 is off, L1 is only taken as interlocking here, so L2 also will be off. So if L2 is off, automatically L3 also will be off. If L3 is off, again L4 will be off. If L4 is off, L5 also will be deactivated. So if stop push button is used only here, that is itself enough. So this will deactivate everything. So this is how you will do the interlocking concept when you have multiple outputs.